Maybe you're unreal in the offensive zone. Maybe you light up the scoreboard, but it won't really matter if you need a map in the defensive zone and where to be. So today's video, I'm going to show you guys each position and where you should be in the defensive zone so you can help your goalies out a little bit. I'm No Sleeves 12. So guys, this past weekend I got to play a few games with a bunch of guys from League, and we ended up having a really good run at it. But the thing that was most consistent about all our games is that we played unreal team defense. As you can see in this game, the clips I'm going to show you right here, here is our final defensive rating for our whole team. Now the guys we were playing against weren't really anything special, but still, it's going to show you exactly how you should play team defense if maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're in the CHL. Maybe you're just a little lost as a forward and you don't know where to be, or you're a defenseman and you don't know whether to pinch or stay back in the middle. So I'm gonna go over all that today. All right, guys. So this is a perfect example of how to set up in the defensive zone once your opponent is down low starting the cycle. All right. So the bottom left and right are for your defensemen. The top left and right are for your wingers, and the slot is for your center. Now, in this play, what happens here is if you're a defenseman, okay, you never want to be in behind the net. And what I mean by that is directly behind. But what you can do is when there is a defense or a forward on the wall, on the either left or right side, and a player down low, you can slide over there to break up that pass because that's where a lot of the players are going to dump it off. But you can only do this if your centerman is covering the guy in the slot. So this is zone, okay? So you're not covering a man specifically, but you're covering a zone of the ice. What we do here perfectly is, again, I cover down low, so that pass is taken away, and our right winger comes down and strips the puck, and now it's out of the zone. So, guys, like I said, this is a good setup, a perfect example of where you want to be in the defensive zone and what your responsibilities are as a start. So, guys, like I said, when you're playing zone, it's very easy. If they're cycling to the outside around the zone, then you have your responsibilities. Defensemen are left and right bottom half or bottom quarter. Wingers are up top near the defenseman, and then the center is dead middle in the slot. Now, what happens is if more than one person gets into the middle of the slot, then you need the other defenseman to come in and help out. What I mean by that is, so your weak side defenseman, the side that the puck is not on. So if I'm yellow, which I am, my responsibility is the right half when the puck is in the bottom left of the screen, and my teal defenseman is pressuring him. So basically, what my responsibility is to make sure that the center has the other guy in the slot, but then that winger that's slowly fading out to try and get that 1T, he is my responsibility. And same thing goes for the opposite side when you're playing teal as a defenseman. Basically, your job is once the play is on the other side of the boards, you're looking at the guy in the slot or the winger fading out for that one-timer. That is your job as a defenseman when it is being cycled down low. As wingers, like I said, you guys have the top, right, and left of the zone. So what you want to do is you want to hang out near the boards or put pressure on the puck carrier on the strong side, which is the side that the puck is on. And you want to cut off the lane to the point. Now what you want to do is make sure that you're never behind the defenseman cheating to try and get away for a breakaway, because more often than not, that's going to leave the point man with an opportunity to put a shot on net or to set up for a one-timer because you left the zone early looking for a breakaway. So make sure that you're always in front of the defenseman, never behind them in the defensive zone, and you want to put pressure on the puck carrier. If he's down low, don't go all the way down to chase. Again, your job in the defensive zone is the top left and rights. Okay, so unless that defenseman is pinched down in to help out, you want to avoid it. Instead, just hang out near the left and take away that lane. Eventually, he's going to force a pass, and that's going to lead to the breakout. And lastly, for the centerman, you guys have a pretty easy job because really it's just the middle of the ice that is your concern. You don't need to be chasing at all down low or up top because those are the winger and the defenseman's job. The centerman is really just to cover any high danger scoring chances in the slot. So if there's one-timers, a guy creeping in, if there's a bunch of guys collapsing down low, your job is to really just hang out in the middle of the ice and make sure that you block any lanes like that. You can also cover for a defenseman to have a defenseman pressure down low, like I said, but again, that depends on communication. If we're talking, say you're doing drop-ins and everyone knew how to actually play defense and there was no communication at all, chilling in the middle is where you want to be as a centerman. Again, more often than not, there's just going to be forced passes in the middle, and as a center, you can just pick those off and send your guys up the ice. So, guys, I hope that helps your team in the defensive zone a little bit to help get some more W's. I'm going to end today's video on Friday's absolutely fisting the Rockford Ice Hogs. Have a good one, guys. You stay average.